find your way back home.
Welcome back to my channel. So today I did this very natural, effortless, glowy makeup look, this face look that I've been doing every day when I do wear makeup. With any look, I just feel like it's very universal and it's very effortless, and I feel like the trend right now is just looking more effortless and natural. And this is still with full coverage for someone with acne prone skin just like me. I hope this really helps you out, and just because like a lot of the tutorials right now are all like having glowy skin with no foundation, but it's like I need foundation because I have acne and scars, so this one's for you guys because I know how you guys feel. That's why I did this tutorial for you guys to look more effortless and natural, and I really hope you guys learned some tips and tricks. And if you guys want to see how I created this very effortless, full coverage, acne prone skin, glowy summer look, just go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this summer skin tutorial. So usually I would use any of these two primers, but since it's the summer, it's getting hotter and you know, we sweat more. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Nivea Men Sensitive Shave Balm. I already primed my face with this, so that is already settling in. So if you guys know, Mara Badescu came out with a new water. This is the all aloe, cucumber, and green tea water, and this is the original rose water spray. So this will kind of make you more oily, even if you're not very oily, because this is more hydrating and this is kind of more refreshing. So if you have more of an oily skin and you tend to sweat more and throughout the day, like your skin will get oily when you're wearing makeup throughout the summer, I suggest you get this one because this isn't going to make you look oily, but this will help you refresh your makeup and it'll also help you prep your skin. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray this because your girl is dying over here. It's hot. So I'm going to go ahead and use this Wet n Wild foundation, and I did a review on this on my channel as well. I'll go ahead and link that below so you guys can go ahead and check that out if you guys want to know more about this. But this is my baby, you know, aside to my Estee Lauder, because that one is like my #1. This is like my number 1.5, you know? It's close to #1. So I'm going to go ahead and use this on my face, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend out with the Beauty Blender, and this is a spatula, so I just like to go ahead and place that like if it was my finger. And if you guys watch my tutorials before, you guys already know what I'm going to tell you. Make sure to apply it on your neck as well, because we don't want to be looking like we're wearing a mask. And then since I am going to be starting Accutane, you guys heard it first. So give this video a thumbs up if you guys want to see the Accutane series when I do start it, so I can make sure that I do that. And if you guys even want to see an acne video, because I kind of want to do an acne video just because it's something so personal to me, and I kind of want to help people out that are dealing with it, just because I know how hard it is to deal with it. It lowers your confidence so bad, and I want to let people know that everyone, like, you know, it happens. Okay, that's another video, but let's get back into this one. So what I've been doing lately is, instead of priming my lips with concealer or a paint pot or anything very like heavy or thick, I'll just go ahead and use my foundation. I'm just going to go ahead and apply a dot of it on there, just so it kind of makes our face look very cohesive and just more natural than a paint pot or a concealer would make our lids look. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend this out with the Beauty Blender. I really like to start with like one side and then move over to the other side. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish blending out the rest of this foundation off camera, and then I'll be right back to go ahead and finish up the rest of the face. Okay, so now that I look like I have no definition, which I don't yet, just because I did blend out my foundation, so I'm going to go ahead and take my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Creamy Beige, as you guys already know if you guys watched me already. And to go ahead and bronze and contour, I'm going to go ahead and take my LA Girl Pro Conceal, and this is in the shade Toast. I'm just going to go ahead and place this in all of the areas that I would highlight. And I've really been liking using these concealers to go ahead and highlight and bronze and contour, just because I feel like throughout the summer we're out longer and we have longer days, like being out in the sun and stuff, so this will last a lot longer than if you were to just go in with powder to bronze and also highlight and contour. So this is why I've been liking to use this. And also I feel like when you highlight and contour with creams, it looks a lot better on camera, and I feel like it just looks a lot more natural and kind of more effortless and more like a bronze goddess. So that's why I've been liking more of this look. It isn't so dry on your skin either. So in the summer, I know we all kind of want that like glowy luminous skin, and if you just use powders on your face, you're kind of just gonna look really cakey, and it's just gonna look very dry and kind of messy. And with this, you're kind of being more foolproof, and also your skin is going to look a lot more like glowy and luminous, just because you are using more creams rather than just going with powders. So to go ahead and contour, I'm going to go ahead and use this LA Girl concealer, and this is in the shade Toast, just like I said earlier. And then I'm just going to go ahead and place this in the hollows under the cheeks. And I kind of like to use a lot of this. I mean, I like to be bronze, so I just like to go ahead and go in with like little strokes right here, and then go in with a line to like kind of carve out the cheek. And then I'll also go ahead and just take a little all around the side of my forehead, and then I'll go ahead and put some on the temples as well, so we kind of just have like a cohesive glow throughout here. And then I'll also place this under the chin to go ahead and give us definition, and to also kind of blend everything together, just because we don't want to look like we have stark shadows of colors. We want to make sure that it looks as natural as possible and as effortless as possible. I'm going to go ahead and take this under my cheek, and I'm just going to go ahead and take little strokes right here, and then also on the temples again. And then I'm also going to take this on the sides of my nose. Take this in here, and then I'm going to go ahead and take this on the bottom of my nose, just to cut a little short because it kind of does have a little drop. I have a Salvadorian nose. And then again on the sides of my jawline. And when I go in to go ahead and blend this out, just remember that when you let concealer sit longer, you will go ahead and get more coverage and more of a look out of it, rather than if you were to just place it and then blend it out right away. So what I like to do is I just kind of like to start with my Cupid's bow. And then I'll do my chin, just because I do want brightness under my eyes and everywhere else that I have the lighter concealer left. And then I'll blend out the center of my forehead. So wherever you like to have more of a highlight, just remember to go ahead and leave the concealer there longer than if you were to just place it and then blend it out, because you aren't getting your fullest look out of that product. Oh, and I also forgot to go ahead and make this look a little bit sharper and just kind of more clean. I'm going to go and take my creamy beige concealer, and just with the light line, go ahead and shape that out. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend out my nose contour, just because I don't want it to look very harsh. I'm just going to go ahead and blend out the tip of my nose, or the bridge of my nose first. After this, I'll go ahead and blend out my under eye concealer, and then I'll go ahead and blend out my cheeks. And if you want to go ahead and make everything blend out a lot easier, you can just go ahead and go in with your Mario Badescu spray to go ahead and spritz it so it'll blend out a lot easier. And also blend out this contour that we placed here. And just make sure to keep on blending with these cream products, just because you don't want to look like you have a harsh line or you forgot to blend something out. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend this jawline out first, just because I don't want that to be very harsh. And make sure to not forget about this, because I almost forgot about it right now. And the other side as well. So right now it looks really harsh on camera, but I promise once I blend everything out, it's going to look really effortless and really airbrushed. So just wait for the product. I promise it'll be bomb. And then when I come to blending this out, I like to use the side of my beauty blender, just to kind of take more of the product off, because I don't want it to look like I have a harsh line under that bronze or contour. And I'm going to go ahead and blend out my temples and the sides of my face. Make sure to go ahead and pull your hair back, just so you do get in that hairline, because you don't want to make it look like you're wearing a mask. Okay, so since all of our creams are blended out already, we're just going to go ahead and set them. So you guys already know, I'm going to go ahead and use my Lip Femme Hollywood banana powder. So just go ahead and make sure that you have no creases. And then just go ahead and set under the eyes. And then just keep in mind, if you have dry skin, that you might not want to bake as long. You might just want to go in with the brush and just go ahead and set it. And when it comes down to this right here, I'm just going to go ahead and clean this up with the banana powder. And I do like to make this shape just because I do feel like it gives us a nicer cheekbone. I know it looks really harsh right now, but once you blend everything together, it's not going to look as harsh. And I'll go ahead and apply some on the bridge of my nose, my Cupid's bow, and also my chin. And then I'll go ahead and place that on the center of my forehead. And with the rest of the powder that I have left on my beauty blender, I'll just go ahead and pat that on the rest of the face where I didn't focus the powder on. And then also I'm just going to go ahead and set my neck with this banana powder, just because this will help keep it on all day and not come off. And to go ahead and set our lids, I'm going to take my Morphe E23. You guys know this is my favorite brush to go ahead and set my lids. So I'm just going to take that into my banana powder and just go ahead and set my eyelids. Okay, so while this is kind of setting, I don't like to go ahead and leave this bake on for too long just because my skin will get really dry. I noticed that it'll settle into my pores and it just doesn't look good. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to go ahead and bronze with my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm just going to go ahead and take my Morphe R7 for this. And I'm going to go and take this center shade from the palette in the shade Shadow Play, and then go ahead and tap that to take off the excess, and I'll just go ahead and bronze in the same place as we put that darker LA Girl Pro Concealer. Then I'm also going to apply this on the temples of my foreheads, and since we did place the darker concealer onto these places of the face, we aren't going to have to go with as much bronzer or contour as we would initially if we didn't place a cream product down. I feel like it kind of just saves more time, and it lasts longer, so I feel like we're just winning all the way. When you're blending all this out, the bake will kind of fall off naturally just because you are, placing the brush over some of the places. So it will help take the excess off. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take the bronzer on the sides of my nose as well, just going over all the places where we did place the darker concealer. And then to go ahead and take off all the excess banana powder and kind of blend everything together, I'm just taking a stippling brush because I find this is the best brush to kind of just flick off the powder and it doesn't drag any product all over your face. And then I go over the harsh parts of any parts of my face with a beauty blender to go ahead and blend everything out further. And then I'm taking my MAC Peaches blush, of course. I take that on my cheekbones and also the temples of my forehead and also on the tip of my nose. Then I'm taking my Mario Badescu Aloe Spray, and I'm just going to go ahead and spritz it all over my face so we can apply highlighter and it goes on better. And of course I'm taking my ABH So Hollywood Illuminator with my Morphe M501, and I'm just going to go ahead and place that on my highest points of my cheekbones, and then also going to place that on my brow bone just because I want that all over glow. I want everything to look very seamless and just like you're very airbrushed, so that's why I like to go ahead and place it on my brow bone even though I don't like to focus a lot of highlight there. And then if I feel like my cheek highlight is too harsh, I'll go ahead and take my blush brush and then just go over that. And then of course my Cupid's Wheel, how could I forget it? Never. It's my favorite part about highlighting, honestly. And then when I do my nose highlight, I like to go very lightly over my nose just so it doesn't look very stark and just like a little exclamation point. And I'm taking my Maybelline Shine Shot. This is a gloss in Translucent 01. This product is very good at giving that like wet effect, like it's water on your lips, and I like to apply it with my finger just to give a thinner application, and this gloss will last a long time throughout the day. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I really hope that you guys enjoy this face tutorial. I hope you guys learned something, some new tricks, and I just really like this look for summer just because it is very foolproof and it's just very natural, and I've been really into more of a natural look lately. So if you guys like this video, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe to get notified every time I do upload videos, and also hit that little bell button below next to the subscribe button so you guys make sure that you get my notifications. And if you guys have any video suggestions that you guys want to see, just go ahead and leave them in the comments below, or tag me on Instagram, or send me a Snapchat, or on Twitter. I'll go ahead and leave all my social media links down below so you guys can go and check those out. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Oh, and if you want bomb skin, make sure to always drink water.